Thank you for joining me. I'm just going to see here if I can get Instagram to come up. We just lost that. And I'm just going to see if I can go live here. Thanks for everybody's patience, okay?
Hashtags are done.
1 second. Maybe not. Bear with me. If I don't get it, then we'll leave it. Nope. Okay. All right. There'll be no... All right, so welcome everyone. This is my live Q&A, and I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe. Thanks for joining me. Before I bring on my guest, I want everybody to know something. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing more lives, okay? More lives where I bring on somebody with an actual symptom. Now, I didn't say condition, I said symptom. And understand something right now, okay? There are no diseases, there are no conditions, they're just symptoms that we don't know how to manage. Now, if you were here on earlier, you would know this, that I said that the art of critical thinking is totally gone. I don't think doctors have critical thinking, most doctors anymore. Most medical doctors don't have critical thinking, because if you had critical thinking, you would be telling people to grow a garden. If you had critical thinking, you would tell people that it matters the type of water that they drink, the type of food that they eat, and that they detoxify, but mainly the things that they think. So critical thinking has fallen right off the cliff because people are not dumb. They have been programmed and been dumbed down. Understand, we don't know how to look after ourselves. We don't know how to look after our families, and that's the bottom line. I'm going to be doing live Q&As, not just on Tuesdays. I'm going to be randomly coming on, and I'm going to be doing a live Q&A, and I'm going to bring on a live person with a condition. And then I'm going to go through that condition, and I'm going to show you that I am not the answer to constipation or cancer, that you must become your own practitioner. And if you don't want to do that, then you go ahead and get treated until you get mistreated so often that you lose your faith, you lose your courage, and all you're left with is hope. Do you know what? Hope don't float. Hope is a 4-letter word, and I don't use it. Hope is something, I hope the doctor gets me well. I hope she loves me. I hope. I do not believe in hope. Think about that word, okay? Think about this. You need courage and you need faith, but you can't have that until you have new beliefs. And you're not going to have new beliefs. They're not going to come for you unless you go for them. You're not going to get them. You're not going to get them from your family or your friends or from any of the systems out there. Critical thinking is gone. Understand something. I don't want to make this into a political issue, but I just did it one a day, and on my one a day, I said this. That bank that actually crashed in Silicon Valley was part of the elite's bank, and they just said, let's sacrifice the bank. Let's scare the crap out of people. And that's what they did. You know, I can't even go out to a restaurant or get in a line anywhere without somebody talking about the war that's going on. Somebody talk about the bank that just crashed. So they've already won. You should be minding your own business. Your own business is your body, is your mind first and foremost. If you don't know how to master your mind, you're never going to master your body. You don't know me. Even people who think they know me don't know me. Most people don't even know themselves. The reality is I really, really am here to help people. No matter what goes on, I mean this in the best way. No matter what goes on in this world, we are an earth family. We're not talking about just your family. Oh, family's everything. Well, did you ever notice something? Family's everything, but families fight more and more wars go on in the family than outside the house. Unless you can find unconditional love for yourself and care for yourself, how can you do that for other people? Nobody gets this. Okay, I am not going down the road to, I don't care about the bank that crashed. Okay, I'm not going to care about the war that they dreamed up. Okay, all right. I'm not going to care about anything except caring for myself. If you can't get critical thinking, which means that you're connected to your breath and living in the conscious moment, then they've already won. They've already won. You've already lost yourself. You know, if you don't know how to think, drink, and eat, if you don't know how to make choices that are totally based on unconditional love for yourself, you're not going to be able to do that for your family. I said here the other day that I am only here. This guy is lost. Yes, I'm lost. Okay. And listen to me. You know what? This person just said I'm lost. I'm lost? Really? Okay. Here's the deal. If I'm lost, then tell me why almost 90% of the population has an autoimmune disease. Tell me why 80% of the population is overweight and 40% of the population is obese. And understand this. I want to know why most people are taking medication to numb out the pain because they don't know how to look after their bodies. That's right. 90% of vitamins are synthetic. But understand something. Why am I here? Somebody says, dude, why are you here? Listen, I'm going to give you one chance, Ella, to just say this. I'm not going to reply to you anymore. You're on my platform. Go pick another platform, sweetheart. It all comes down to mineral deficiency. Yeah, it does. But at the first, it comes down to actually belief deficiency. If you have a deficient belief about yourself and how you love and care for yourself, that would be the biggest problem, really, okay? And the reality is learning how to love and care for yourself will be the most important thing you can do, because then you can do that for your family. And if you loved and cared for yourself, you would not allow any negative, toxic beliefs into your life. You'd be able to lovingly hold the line. You would not get caught up with watching the news or doing anything that's going to create a lower vibration in your life, whether it's something you watch or you do or you drink or you eat or you think. So let's make that perfectly clear. Okay, now I'm going to bring on a beautiful lady. I hope she's still here. And her name is Diane. And we're going to talk about her condition. So everybody here that is offended by me, you should just go find another platform. Ella actually came on here and said, why are you here? Well, Ella, I'm definitely not on here for you. And that is your choice. But I'm on here for everyone. But I'm not here for the people that aren't awake. I understand that. The percentage of people that are actually going to listen to me are going to be very small. I am not here to have followers. I am here to find the leaders, to find I am on here to find the people that are already awake and understand that they have no limited potential. They have unlimited potential, that they can keep on every day. If you were to change just 1% every day, that would take you only 100 days, right? To create 100%. And understand, none of us are our personality. When we come the first 0 to 7 years, okay, that's 70, 90% of your personality. So whether you want to believe that or not, it doesn't matter. That's science. Why don't you go look it up before you decide to comment? Okay, so 90% of your personality is created from 0 to 7. And we also know there's been major studies that 70 to 90% of those are negative beliefs about yourself, which is self-loathing, self-hate, and you don't even know it. And the reality is, if that's the majority of the population, and you compare your bowel movements, you compare the way you eat, the way you treat yourself, the way you exercise, the way you live with the majority of the population, you are part of the harvest. So the reality is no, I'm not here for the people that aren't awake. I'm here for those that are awake and say, look, I cannot reach my potential on this planet because I have unlimited potential, because I am a light energy spirit being. And a lot of people cannot swallow that. So let's understand this. They don't understand that it's okay to unconditionally love yourself, and that which created us was unconditional love. Isn't that the craziest thing? But meanwhile, we feel like we're breaking some rule if we do that. Now, I'm done talking about that. And understand, we're always going to have the people that come on here and rant and rave, because here's the deal. When I go out into life, I do not judge someone how much I'm going to care and love them because their beliefs match mine. As long as we live on this planet, and if somebody's beliefs do not match ours, we will not like them. We are in such big trouble. Do you know how many different religions there are? How many different colors of people? How many different languages we speak? How many different belief systems are just in your own home with the people you love? We have to stop this. When you come on this platform, don't let your subconscious go, this guy is a weirdo. You know, that's fine. Call me a weirdo. Call me whatever you want. But the thing is don't, how about this? You don't have to like what I say, but don't walk away feeling negative and hating me or feeling bitter about the things I say, because you're hurting yourself, because I don't even know that you're suffering. Isn't it something that I'm telling people that they could be more, that unconditional love is the way, that caring for yourself is the way. It really is. Knowing how to forgive yourself that fast, or never having to forgive yourself again, that all you need to do is, guess what? Observe and learn. Don't burn. Okay, rise. Don't allow anybody to create guilt on you. So when the haters come on here, okay, they have nothing to do, because they don't like themselves. They judge themselves, so they come on and judge me. When you go from now on and listen to something or do something, go in with observation. Don't go in with judgment, because that means somebody's got to go to jail. And that means if they want to put me in jail, they have to be the judge, and they have to live with that. You know, the reality is this. This is a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure where everybody has belief systems that are different, because everybody has a different perception. Did you ever notice how many people were in your family? You know, I have two brothers. My younger brother, my older brother are completely different, and I'm completely different from them, but we're in the same family. Okay. And the reality is I love my brothers, and my younger brother, okay, he does not love me or my older brother. And I don't know why, but when he was raised, okay, he always felt he got the short end of the stick. And now he's an adult and he still feels he gets the short end of the stick. And he's so busy complaining about that he doesn't make a life for himself. And I'm not running him down. Your beliefs make and shape you. Take a look at your life. Are you happy about your life? If you go around judging people, that means you go around judging yourself. So go ahead and judge me if you want, but observe me and go, you know what? I liked what he had to say there, but I didn't like, I don't know if I like what else he had to say. I'll start off with that. That was a good idea, but this one wasn't a good idea, but I'm not going to go and throw it in the garbage, or I'm not going to go throw rocks at him. I'm never going to do that. You know, I'm going to tell you something. Even the people in this world that are ruling, schooling, and fooling people and using and abusing people, I will not have any hate for them. Because the reality is that hate is the disease that we are suffering from, and they want you to hate. They want you to hate me. They want me to hate you. They want us to hate that religion. And you know what? If you don't believe in my religion, you're going to hell. You know, this is all just so ridiculous. Can we just stop it? Can we stop it? Let's just see if we can get through just even this 1 hour show without people coming on and throwing anything at me. Let's see if you can do that. Let's see. Why do they hate? I'm going to tell you why they hate, okay? Because they don't know that they're running a hate program for their own life. if you are running an unconditional love program for yourself, you may say, I don't really care for the things that Darrell's saying, but you're not going to walk away in anger and disgust. You're going to go to a platform that actually makes you feel good about yourself. And that's all we need to do. If this is not the platform that makes you feel good about yourself, or that you have unlimited possibility, then you need to go to a platform that you feel that you have unlimited possibility, and that you are the creator, and that you are the hero of your story. That's what you need to find out. There's no hero coming. There's no savior coming. It has to be you. And understand something. This whole bank crash, that was all just done. It doesn't matter to them if they crash the bank. I mean, Silicon Valley is owned by these so-called psycho rich people. So now it's like, oh, their bank's going, ours is going to go. Well, it doesn't mean that. You should think a little bit. There is a reason why our ancestors had all their money in a soup can buried in the backyard. They never ever trusted the bank. So I get that part. But we can't live in fear. What we need to do is we need to strategize everything. Strategize your life. Come on, let's just think. Can we just think? Can we even come together and strategize? Can we learn from each other? Wouldn't this world be unbelievable if we had unconditional love for ourselves and others, and they were allowed to have different beliefs? And if you didn't like their beliefs, you just didn't focus on them, or you didn't hang out with them. You went and you lived your passion and your purpose. Do you know what your passion and purpose is? All right. Let's have this beautiful lady come on. Okay. Hi, Diane. Diane, are you still there? Let's find out if she can get her phone off mute. And if not, we'll open up for questions. Hello, Diane. So I'm going to hang up. I'm going to call Diane back. And I'll also let you know, if I don't get Diane on the phone, this is live, guys. I'm going to give you my phone number if you've got questions. Hi, Diane. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, Dr. Wolfe, especially since I've known you.
Well, thank you. And so Diane,
Yes.
We're going to be talking to Diane about her health condition. So if you'd like to stay on, everyone. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and then we're going to rock and roll into this thing. Okay, love?
Oh, that'll be great.
Okay. So how old are you?
Oh, believe it or not, I had a birthday in January and I turned 76. It just happened so suddenly.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. And how much do you weigh, sweetie?
I weigh approximately, my weight fluctuates sometime, but right now it's stuck on about 160.
160. What's your height?
Almost 5'2".
Okay. So at 5'2", we know that right now that she is hovering around 40 pounds to 45 pounds overweight.
Wow.
Now understand something, everyone. I want you to get this. She's not overweight. She's over waist. Get it? She's over waist. Now understand something.
My waist is pretty perfect, though. That's the craziest thing. I have a trim waist.
Okay, so understand this, Diane. Okay,
Yep.
So let's make this really clear. Okay,
Yep.
So you're 5'2".
Yeah.
That's 115 to 120 pounds, Diane. So yeah. You think what you want, but you can have a thin waist, but that means you're holding it on your hips and in your legs, which means that it could be a lot of water retention. Let me explain something. When your body cannot deal with your inflammatory thoughts, they're called inflammatory thoughts for a reason. And this is every negative thought that you have where you cannot process properly and resolve it with unconditional love in some way, or come to an agreement with yourself that you're not going to go to war with something. So understand this, that everything we think, okay, which is in the invisible world, right? Thoughts are invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the invisible creates the physical. The psychological rules the biological. Mm-hmm. So the reality is, if you have anxiety or inflammation, you do get this, right? Then you will be dumping adrenaline and cortisol and histamine into your body, right?
Oh boy, yeah.
Now, you can't have this extra weight unless you are thinking heavy thoughts. And if you're eating, and you also are eating inflammatory foods. How about her thyroid? Well, guess what? She's going to have a low thyroid. And understand something, everyone. That's a good question. But here's the deal. You need to know this, that back in 1974, they took all the iodine out of the foods and they put in bromide to stop the absorption of iodine into the body. And everybody, you need to know this too. Lugol's iodine and Nacean iodine is not pure. Our iodine, infinite iodine, is pure. And yes, I would tell Diane to put on or to use this. If I was in her shoes, I would do 20 sprays of infinite iodine and 5 sprays of infinite iodide. Infinite iodide goes directly to the thyroid. So there's 5 sprays going. The actual infinite iodine, I would do 20 sprays because it fights infection. It can neutralize a virus in 15 seconds. And there is no toxic value to our infinite iodine where you could blow your thyroid out if you did a higher dose of nascent or Lugol's iodine, and that's science. Okay, now let's go back to you. So why isn't this weight going down? Well, when you get older, your metabolic rate will slow down. Only in one case. If you keep eating the same foods that you were eating to create the problem, Diane. So the reality is, if you were to get rid of all inflammatory foods, and the way it should be is that we should get to a point by the time we're 50 of unconditional love for ourselves and others. We should be finding some type of inner peace by the time we're 50. We should realize by the time that we are 30 that we've been ruled and screwed. Otherwise, that we have been taught to go to war with ourselves and everyone else. The majority of the population is never going to wake up to that. Diane, do you take a look at the topics you talk about, the way you talk to your family, the way you allow your family to talk to you, the things that you do in your spare time? Do you really, are you in the conscious moment and seeing the way that you think about things, the way you process things, and the way you talk?
I'm pretty aware, honestly.
Okay, then let's talk about your situation, because you cannot have 40 pounds of extra weight unless you are inflamed. Understand something, everyone. It's better to be overweight than underweight. So that's okay. Because when you're underweight, you're losing a lot of muscle and you're so acidic and inflamed that your body's eating up the muscle. What older people say is this: I'm losing weight. No, you're not. You're losing muscle. And this is why anytime that you get especially over the age of 40, you better be doing some kind of weight-bearing exercise and stretching exercise and do 20 minutes twice a day, or about 40 minutes once a day. And if you did that, you would keep all your muscle, especially if you're eating a non-inflammatory, high vibrational diet. Now, when we go and you lose this weight, we may find that there's not a lot of muscle on you, Diane. Do you understand? And that's the big problem, is that we will lose muscle. So we want to make sure that we've got some form of exercise going. Do you exercise?
Every single night, and I do the belly button, the brush. I do everything that you have said to do.
Are you doing the pelvic squats and the crab stretch?
Pardon me?
Are you doing the pelvic squats and the crab stretch?
I'm doing the crab stretch. Not a lot of the squatting.
Well, guess what? The squatting is the most important, and you're not doing it. Stop bullying Diane. Really?
Okay.
Okay, so they're telling me I'm bullying you. Do you feel like I'm bullying you, Diane?
No, I'm always grateful for everything you say.
Okay, so just know this. The whole world has gone into victim state. If we actually tell the truth to someone and we come from our heart, we are going to have a lot of people out there saying you're bullying the person. So today you cannot tell the truth. Everybody is injured. not everybody, but the majority of the population are injured on an emotional level. So nobody's going to be able to tell the truth. Understand something. If Globe Trekker, if you feel that I'm bullying Diane, then you're going to need to get off of here, because I've got to hold the line for her. And I got to hold the line, because I'm not coming up against Diane. I'm coming up against subconscious beliefs. How many people believe that your heart rules your life, or your subconscious is ruling your life? Okay, you think about that, Trekker. Okay, now, Diane, let's talk about what you do throughout the day, okay? And what condition is it that you feel that you're struggling with?
Well, I just found out recently, just in 2 days, that I have a very tiny start of a cataract in my eye. I just found this out 2 days ago. And I have lymphedema.
Okay,
I might have had it for a while, but I changed doctors and I finally got a diagnosis.
Okay, sweetheart. Let's just start from here. Okay, so now we know that your body has actually put on 40 pounds of fat and water. Mm-hmm. Fat. Okay, what does fat hold, everyone? Heavy metals, inflammation, and acidity. Okay. So it holds all the chemical toxicity, and it holds the inflammation. If not, then we could get mutation. And then would you rather be 40 pounds overweight or have stage 4 inflammation, which the medical system calls cancer?
Exactly. It's protecting me right now.
That's right. It's your protection. Now, next thing, the inflammation has come up so much, and understand something. So you only have a little cataract on your eye, so you can reverse that. We'll talk about that. But here's the deal. Cataracts are caused because of blue light poisoning more than anything. So you can take it or leave it. You can fight with me on that, but...
No, it's true. I know that's exactly what's causing it.
Okay, so now, do you have a pair of Tesla eyewear? Lori would... Oh, here. They're right here. So, first of all, how often are you on the computer throughout the day watching TV?
Pretty often. I got some radiation blocking glasses from this company, and I like them a lot.
They don't work.
I don't wear them all the time, and I have a pair of blue blockers.
Okay, 1 second. Diane, they don't work. They don't work. I want you to do a lot of research on this. Now, just so everybody knows out here, this isn't Dr. Wolfe trying to do his pitch. I want you to go and challenge me by doing your own homework. Blue blockers slow things down, but they don't block the blue light. Did you get that?
Okay.
All right. So now these are called Tesla eyewear. Now they cost as much as designer glasses. They're not your...
I looked it up, and you have the best price going. I'm telling you. I've looked it all up.
Okay, so just know this. If you want to reverse that cataract and you want to go play with blue light, you're going to need it. How many people out there right now, and Diane, did you know that there are 10,000 teenagers being diagnosed with cataracts every day?
No, I had no idea.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Diane. You are how old again?
76.
Oh, you're 76 years old. So Diane, why don't you tell me how many computers existed 35 years ago?
0.
Okay, Diane.
Big companies.
All right. How many telephones that were computers? Because that's what telephones are. They're computers. How many of those existed 30 years ago?
0.
Oh, okay. All right. So now we were on our phone, which was a landline when I was younger. Then we were on a phone, which is a flip phone that you didn't have to look at, just only for the telephone number. Now everybody is using their phone as a TV. Yes or no?
100%.
Everybody's using their phone as also a computer. Yes or no?
Yes.
Well, the majority. When I say everybody, I mean the majority. I will talk about floaters in a second here. So I want everybody to get this. Okay. So you can believe it or not, but go do your science, guys. Just do your homework. I don't mind being challenged, but at least challenge me with critical thinking, not with, oh my God, he triggered my subconscious and now I'm going to go give him a kick into the corner. Here's the deal. So when I tell you that planet Earth is a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure, you better get that. And you better know this, that those, what you call the psycho elite, the psycho rich, whatever, okay, they're always going to have control of the planet. We're not taking it back. But they don't have to have control of your health or your mind or how much love you feel for yourself and everyone else and how much joy you have in your day. Listen, this is planet Earth. There are certain rules that aren't going to change in your lifetime. Now, the reality is guess what? They could have created every phone, every computer, every TV. The LED lighting is putting off enough blue light to cause cataracts. And guess what? They want to sell that and they tell you that it's cheaper on your electrical bill. It's all a game. So all of this blue light, Diane, is going to make that cataract grow. So you have to reduce the inflammation in your body, which means that once you're reducing your weight, we know you're reducing your inflammation. Yes or no?
Well, I hadn't realized that. I knew that inflammation was the cause of obesity. But I didn't think I had a whole ton of it because
Diane,
like I did at first when I had a ton of inflammation.
Diane, you're approximately 35, 40 pounds overweight.
Right.
But you're not. You know why? Because all your other friends are overweight too. You're going to hardly even find anybody that has a proper weight. Let me tell you something. To be overweight at any age tells you that you are out of alignment. You're out of alignment with loving and caring for your body. And it's not that you did it on purpose. We were all programmed that way. Let me ask you a question, Diane. I want you to close your eyes for a second.
Okay.
So you are part of a family that is thousands of years old and always has had control over this planet. So that means that you are in a family that believes that they are the gods of planet Earth. Now, this is generational. You have to understand, whether you're talking about the Queen of England, whether you're talking about almost every president, whether you're talking about the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, whether you're talking about Bill Gates, go back. Even Bill Gates' family goes way, way back. So they all believe that we're ants allowing negative thoughts and they can step on us at any time. And guess what? We are below them. We are a different species than them. They truly believe this and that they have the right to do anything to us that they want because they've been chosen as the gods of planet Earth.
Yeah, I've been reading about that.
Okay, let's put that to the side. So understand, take a look at all your friends. Everybody almost has a tummy. Everybody looks bloated that's your age. Okay, everybody's complaining about their stiffness. Everybody's complaining about how they can't sleep or they don't have energy or they can't digest food, okay? Or they're going to the doctor or they're on a new medication.
I don't take anything except a little tiny bit of Synthroid. That's it.
Okay, but I'm just telling you that the infinite iodine will bring you back.
Do. They're on tons of stuff. I seen this girl, she came to my house, she had a whole suitcase of drugs. And I'm totally against any kind of...
Okay, I got to answer this question. I'm going to help answer. Diane, I got to answer this question. Does being 20 pounds overweight count when you're premenopausal? Understand something. And I know you're not going to like me for this. But I want everybody, before you throw any rotten tomatoes at me, this is it right here. The period. So let's talk about menopause. The period. Okay. A woman's period is what makes her live longer and much stronger than men. The period gets rid of the worst toxins in a woman monthly so that she'll have lovin' in the oven, so that her body is high vibrational. So the reality is this, that when you start to go into what we want to call premenopausal, your period starts to slow down. You don't realize it, women, but if you were to go in and bring up the actual efficiency and the metabolic elimination proper of your large intestine. So if you were to get on daily cleansing tea right now and get on black gold, do daily cleansing tea twice a day, get on black gold twice a day, and do the ultimate coffee enema every day for at least 10 to 20 days, go look it up. You'll see it in my do-it-yourself guide, or you can go into my fasting guide, or You can call my office and you can ask them about that. Get a perfect day consult. It's $150.
I did it already.
No. Diane, I'm talking to somebody on the website right now.
Oh, okay.
So you can get a perfect day consult for $150. And if you want your money back because you believe it wasn't worth your money, we'll do it. Okay, we will stand up for every treatment we do. Now, the reality is this, you have to understand something, that when you had your period, it was one of God's greatest gifts because it kept you strong. That's why women live longer. They are stronger. They can take more pain, but it needed to protect you in case there was loving in the oven, which means you brought a baby into this world, a spirit into this world. Now, when the period starts to slow down, you're not getting rid of these toxins. So guess what? Now you have symptoms of little fevers, mini fevers. You have chills, you have sweats. You start to put on weight. Well, guess what? You're not putting on weight. You're putting on waste. So you have to create fat cells and you got to retain water. So now you're going to retain water and you're going to retain fat cells because you didn't get the cork out of your butt. You get your large intestine working efficiently with the daily cleansing tea, black gold, and then do the ultimate coffee enema because it's the only thing that will purge your liver. And understand something. So by the time you start feeling menopause, which is 50, 60, should be around there. Anyways, what happens is we've never changed the filter in our body, which has cleansed our liver. We've never ever gotten the large intestine working properly, which is 85% of your immune system. And understand, 85% of your immune system is comprised out of your good bacteria. And the reality is you can tell me that your bowel movements are good, but you haven't pooped with me lately. Why don't you come to my place and we'll poop together every day and we'll find out how good your poop is. It's not what comes out, it's what stays in. And understand something, you do not gain fat cells, you do not gain water retention unless you're infected. And that means you're pooping into your pelvis. And understand something, that's why women are in trouble today. So my mom went into menopause in her 30s. I'm in my 40s. Now understand something, I get this. Now stress can actually make you go into menopause faster, and being highly toxic physically, but also toxic emotionally can make you go there faster. Okay, so understand that creating balance in your life, critical thinking, staying in the present moment, not reacting. What if you never reacted to any more crises and you were to be able to connect to the lion heart breathing, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out, you kept a slight smile on your face, even though they told you the world was going to end. The reality is that depending on how much you react is how much you attack the human body. When you react, you're attacking the human body. So you need to get that, everyone. So you're on attack mode and you don't even know it because you've been programmed that way. I'm telling you right now that if a person were to actually get on the perfect day diet, do the ultimate coffee enema, these are women now, and do the daily cleansing tea, black gold, and if you're also were to do vaginal infusions, how many of you women on here right now know that if you were to do vaginal infusions, that means that you were to actually put high nutraceutical nutrition, okay, into your vagina, that is more powerful than putting anything into your mouth? How many women know that the vagina is the holy grail and that we have what's called vaginal infusion? And, you can find that information on my website. But you know what? Why wouldn't you want to pay $150? I'll give you a money back guarantee. Get a perfect day consultation from the moment you rise till you close your eyes, whether you're a man or a woman. We are going to guide you and stay with you for 6 weeks. I don't care if you call us 20 times a day. And then after that 6 weeks, you can call any of our other master trainers or you can call me. My numbers are there and it's available. We're not going anywhere. And understand something. You don't need to follow anyone. You need to become your own practitioner, your own healer. So let's make this perfectly clear. Diane, who's on here, is doing things, but guess what? She knows that she could pull her bootstraps up a little bit.
Yeah.
And understand this.
I got to tell you how wonderful every woman should be doing that vaginal infusion. It's like a miracle, and it's easy to do. I thank God I saw that video. I think Sharon and Robin did it. I'm not sure who And one other lady, it was the best thing I ever seen in my whole life. It'll stop these chronic embedded infections. It'll do everything for you.
Everybody, all you women need to get this. You are blessed. I'm going to tell you something. You're going to think I'm really crazy right now, but you know what? I wish I had a vagina for that. And I'm going to tell you why. Let me tell you something. When you put these nutraceuticals in your vagina, they are absorbed 1,000% better than taking anything in the mouth. And understand something. You want to get rid of painful lovemaking, endometriosis, fibroids. You want to get rid of cysts. You want to get rid of, infertility. You want to reverse that. You want to get rid of candidiasis or a smelly vagina. You want to get rid of the dryness in your vagina. You want to get rid of bladder infections. You want to stop your pelvis from being in pain. You want to stop from getting hip surgery. Well, understand, people are only getting hip surgery today because they filled up their pelvic bowl with infection because your large intestine is like a screen door in a submarine. All of you people out there that do yogurt, that do dairy, milk and cheese, that eat chicken, that eat meat, and take farm fish into your diet, you're all getting antibiotics. 80% of all the antibiotics made in the world go into animal products. And every time that you take in animal products or anything like that, you are doing antibiotics. So when I say to people, there's no sense in saying it. All I say to them is this: do you eat animal products? Yes. Do you take in yogurt? Yes, I take in Greek yogurt. It's so good for me. Well, no, it's not. No dairy products are good for anyone, even if you don't feel any inflammatory problems. And the reality is you're taking antibiotics in every day. And when you do that, you turn on what's called the death vibe. That's candida. And the yeast in your bowel turns into fungus. It drills holes through your large intestine, and now you're pooping into your pelvis. And that is everyone from the age of what? From the age of what? How about this? From the time they're born, because if mommy's doing this, then it's happening to the baby. So the babies are born with leaky gut. Babies are born with autoimmune diseases. So understand this. We are getting ruled and schooled and fooled all around the board. So if you decide that you're going to do any of these animal products or this fish, it better be wild. And understand, most wild fish, I won't do it so often anymore because it's full of what? Mercury. There's so much toxins in it. And then you got to be really, look, the longer longer something's alive, the more toxic it is today. You better get that.
And
understand.
They're also finding worms in the wild caught.
The what?
They're also finding worms in the white.
Yeah, but let's understand. Yeah, we know there's worms in the farm fish. There's tons of them, and the pus and everything. But forget that. Everybody out there that is overweight and everyone that has an autoimmune disease has worms in their body. Because if you're overweight, you're overinfected. Yes or no, Diane?
Yes, absolutely.
That means you have your own private manure pile, right?
Yeah.
So if you had your own private manure pile where you are stagnating waste in your body to the point that you have to create fat cells in your body, then you've got worms. If you have to clean your body, get down to a healthy weight, and make sure that you've got 2 to 3 really great bowel movements. And everybody out there, whether you want to believe it or not, okay, so I'm not, how old are you right now? 76? Okay, so you have 10 years on me. But do you see what type of energy and clarity do I have, Diane?
Oh my God, out of the park.
Okay, so now when I'm 96, I'll have the same clarity and same energy. Okay? I won't have and be doing the stuff I used to do that is totally crazy and I could just waste my energy. But the reality is as you grow in years, you must grow in a little bit of critical thinking. And that is that when we eat food, we're eating food for its vibration and its light. That's all you need to know, Diane. Everything that you put in your mouth, whether you drink it or you eat it, the higher the vibration is, the more light it has, the more energy you're going to have and the healthier you're going to feel. Diane, how often do you eat out?
Well, believe it or not, I eat out pretty often, but I don't eat much food. I try to eat before I go.
Okay,
Believe it or not, I just go to the
Diane, you cannot eat out and not have problems. And the reality is you would not, if you wanted to go to an organic, whole plant-based, whole grain place. And the reality is your friends are not buying into this whole healthy diet, most of them. Yes or no?
That's true. That's why.
Okay, there you go. So
go.
understand something. You got to find new friends. I'm just kidding. So what does this light and vibration mean? Somebody just asked. Okay, here it is, guys. Do you believe that when you came here that you were a spirit being? Do you believe that when you leave your body, you'll be a spirit being? Well, guess what you are? You're light and vibration. And understand, there's a device being made right now that you'll be able to take this device and put it in front of food, and it will tell you how much light and vibration is in the food. And that's the way that we should be buying our food. So the fresher food is the organic food. That's why right now I can't get juices. I'm in a place called Parksdale on Vancouver Island, and I'd have to go to Nanaimo to get my juices. But when I'm in a city, I'm drinking at least 40, and I'm not making this up, 40 ounces of fresh squeezed juice. Plus I'm doing my nutraceuticals. I do C60 every day. I do the Thunder Shrooms. I do the Black Diamond and everything I drink. I do the Black Gold twice a day in 2 blender drinks a day. I do the daily cleansing tea. Understand something. I do these things. I invest into myself. If I were to live like my family lives and my relatives and even some of my friends, I couldn't bear it. I wouldn't bear it. I'm not going to do it. You can believe this or not, but everything that they're throwing at us, I don't care because I'm way higher vibrational than that. Nothing's going to take me down. You can hear me when I have a little bit of a scruffy throat, but you'll never hear that Dr. Wolfe has the flu and he's laid up. I could have the flu because it's natural if you run yourself down and understand something. The flu is just a natural thing. But the reality is this. You'll never hear of me ever having a disease because that's dis-ease, me being out of alignment. I love myself unconditionally. I don't judge myself. And also when I make a choice, I'm not telling you that I eat 100% right, but I eat 85 to 90% high vibrational, light energy foods. That's why I can do what I do. And also, no matter what somebody tells me, Dr. Hi, Darrell. Yes, it's your aunt. Your uncle just had a heart attack. Well, I'm not going to have a fart attack. I'm going to take a few deep Lionheart breaths, keep a slight smile on my face, and I'm not going to go and beat up on myself. You may not know this, but every time that somebody is sick in your family or something goes wrong, we all believe that we're supposed to suffer to the amount of suffering that the person we love is suffering. And that just keeps the suffering going. So Diane, there's a lot of things you need to look at. And you know what we'll do, Diane? We'll come back on here sometime and we'll talk again. But
okay, but I want to say one thing to everybody. Dr. Wolfe got me out of a bed. I was in bed for a year. I couldn't move my back. And he got me out just over the phone, gave me some exercise, the cleansing tea and all this other stuff. And I couldn't even drive. I was in constant pain, couldn't walk or even cook. And he restored myself. He's amazing.
okay, now understand something. When she says I'm amazing, we're all amazing. And we need to come together and be amazing. Wouldn't that be something if we became an earth family of unconditional love for ourselves and each other? What if you didn't hate a certain religion? What if you didn't hate a certain ethnic group? What if you didn't do that anymore? Do you know how much energy you would save? So Diane, what are the things that you hate in your life? Take a look at it and make peace with it and get rid of it, because the things that we hate.
I hate stupid people, but I have to tell.
There are no stupid. Okay.
With it.
Okay, Diane.
Just a minute. It'll just take a second.
Diane, there are no stupid people. There are people that have been programmed with stupid thoughts.
Well, that's true.
Okay, please.
Okay. Anyway, I want to tell you, The first bladder infection I had, of course, I've had them before. Dr. Wolfe said it's not a bladder infection. He said about pooping in your pelvis and all that other stuff, but he gave me some exercise. Jason also helped me. I clapped that area. Now, it seemed like crazy to clap something that you're having trouble with, but I clapped that area. I did everything he said. It went away without any medication, doctor, or anything. Then, quite a while later, of the infusion, I took the first infusion. It did burn a little bit because I really had a chronic case, but immediately it just started. Lack of love.
No, white coat disease.
What?
White coat disease.
I don't know what that is.
Well, let's put it this way. White coat disease is if a medical doctor or a nurse says something to you, you don't have any critical thinking. They say it, and then you don't even think about what you just said. I would have said, how's my heart drowning from the water? The next thing is, did you know that if you weigh 160 pounds, that you need for every pound 3/4 of an ounce? So did you know that your friend needs 3/4 of her weight? Okay, and so now let's take a look at what that would be. Did you know what that is? She would need, if your friend just did, I'm not being sarcastic. Holy crap. So was I being sarcastic to you? Now we've got somebody on here saying he's being sarcastic. Okay.
No, I appreciate it.
All right. So whoever said you're being sarcastic, if you're being offended, please leave. Okay. I really need you to do that. I didn't mean to hurt you, but that's how you get hurt. So understand this. All right. We need 3/4 of an ounce today for every pound that we weigh. Now, do you know why? Because of blue light poisoning. Because of 3G, 4G, 5G, but now 5G. And wait until there's a 5G box on every corner. Okay? And understand something. So your nurse friend said to you that, guess what? Your heart was drowning. Okay? All right? And so right away, you kind of believed her, but you didn't think about it. There's no logic even about this. Your friend who's 240 pounds, I hope you know this, that she has 120 pounds of excess weight. And out of that, 60 to 80 pounds is water retention. And the reality is she has all this water retention because if she didn't have the water retention, okay, she would have had a heart attack or a stroke or cancer or diabetes. She might not even be alive right now.
And the toxins would have killed her.
Okay, but please listen. God love the nurses. God love the medical system. They're there for emergency care. Go to them and you'll become an emergency. So understand, I don't even mind it. Have your friend come on and we will actually talk about this if she'd want. And then she can try to tell me what her point is. And then maybe I could learn something. But here's the deal. Everybody out there has been programmed that if a white coat says something, you don't question it. And so you've been taught not to question, so automatically your subconscious won't question. And if we don't question everyone, I don't mind everybody questioning me. But understand something. So far today, I'm a bully. So far today, I'm sarcastic. So far today, I've beat up on Diane. Diane, do you feel beat up?
Never.
Okay, so understand, I want everybody to get this. I am only for the 1% of the 1% of people on this planet. Understand, the majority of the population will always use alcohol, overeating, okay, to escape. They will use smoking, toking, prescription drugs because they cannot process their emotions because their emotions are not theirs. You don't even realize that 70 to 90% of the beliefs you have were from mommy and daddy, and where did they get them from? Somebody's asking me if I'm a doctor. I have a doctorate in natural medicine. I am not a medical doctor. I am not putting a medical doctor down, but I would never want to be a medical doctor because I would not have freedom of speech anymore. And the reality is, I want everybody to think about what I've been selling here today. I've been selling unconditional love for ourselves and each other. I've been selling care from the moment you rise until you close your eyes, and that's it. And if I talk strong and proud and even loud, I'm trying to crack your coconut. We just finished a music video called Crack the Coconut. I'll be putting it up on all of the websites by tomorrow. I want you to listen to it, because if you don't go in there and crack your coconut, which is your subconscious, and then start weaning out the beliefs that no longer serve you or they never did serve you, then understand you are serving, okay, these elite psychos. You are serving the systems out here. Wouldn't it be something if you fell in love with yourself and you stayed there? Guess what? Healing would be instantaneous. Okay.
I've had some instant healings.
Well, let's just start here. I would really take a look at the Perfect Day diet from the Perfect Day guide that you got from your consultation, and then I would really take a look at doing the Ultimate Coffee Enema and the vaginal infusion every day. I would look at doing the 3 quarts of warm to hot water structured with a little bit of black diamond. And I would tell you not to take anything in except a blender drink, and only do that at 11 o'clock. You can use berries, oat milk, okay? And use lots of berries, and at 11 o'clock, it'll satisfy you. And then I would like you to do a large salad, and you could put a little bit of avocado in it, or you could put some black beans or other beans in it, not a lot. And then I want you to repeat the same thing, and I want you to do another salad and another blender drink. And I want to make sure that you do at least the 3 quarts of warm to hot water, and you can get your juicer going if you want, but stick with that diet and don't do anything else. And if you want protein, okay, then look at doing more of the vegetable protein. And the reality is this: I'd like you to also take a look at doing an advanced water fast. Once you feel like you've detoxified, your energy is up, and an advanced water fast, everyone, you can go to my library to take a look at that. Go into the advanced water fasting guide, and we do one every 3 months. If you'd like to join us or just watch it. If you go to my advanced water fasting guide, take a look at the video that says advanced water fasting preparation and the kickoff. If you watch that, listen to me. It's not eating is the key. I eat 1 meal a day, but I drink a lot of different things, and I stay connected to my breath. You know, you need to eat deep breathing. You need to eat having a slight smile on your face. You need to eat observing and not judging. You need to eat letting yourself off the hook and getting rid of all the guilt that people have shoved down your throat all your life because you didn't match their belief systems. How's that?
I work on that every night. I'm so thankful that I found some really good help.
Just know this, everyone. Don't be hard on yourself. Be patient. Be very patient with yourself. Don't get angry and don't get upset with yourself anymore. Stay connected to your breath. You may not believe this, but we actually get upset with ourselves more than we get upset with anyone else. And when you do that, you limit your growth. You limit everything about you. You were created by God Almighty. And you know what? That which we call God, believe in whatever you want to believe in. But what I believe in, my God, my source, my creator has never judged me. Are you really thinking that something that created the whole universe is standing back and judging me for going into survival mode down here? When I got here, my parents were adulterated. So was everyone else that taught me anything. So then you're going to tell me that I'm a sinner, I'm a failure, I'm a loser? Listen, I just want to say,
I call them the Bible beater uppers. They beat you up with the Bible. I stay away from them.
Okay, 1 second. We don't want to say that, because there's lots of good things about the Bible, and the reality is all I want to do is teach this, is just love yourself well. Don't judge harshly on yourself, because then you'll do it to the rest of your family. And you know what? We say that family's everything. Well, it can't be everything until we know what unconditional love is. Because if you had unconditional love, you wouldn't have to forgive people. You would observe, you wouldn't judge, and you wouldn't send them off to mental jail. Okay? That's all I want to say. I'm not going to tell anybody what they need to do. It was just me getting on here today, talking the way that I try to live. Can you get rid of leukemia? My father had leukemia twice. The first time we got rid of it in 6 weeks. People don't want to believe me. I've got proof. Okay. The third time it took us 3 months to bring down his leukemia symptoms. And the third time he passed away because he didn't want to change. Okay. All right. If you want to get in touch with me, somebody's asking right here. All you need to do is call 469-861-9454 and leave a message. I will get back to you. And if you don't hear from me in 24 hours, excuse me, call me again. Okay. All right. Tumors. Well, guess what? We'll talk about that another time because I have to go. I actually have a training I've got to do right now, a master training. I've got over 500 practitioners around the world that do Wolfe non-surgical and do my whole life coach trainings and things of that nature. I want to thank you, everyone. Again, I'll say the number and then I got to go. It's 469-861-9454. And you can call me on WhatsApp on that number or direct. It's a US phone number. Okay. All right. And you can also get me, what else? You can get me on FaceTime on that as well because it's an iPhone. And have the best day of your life and understand something. My objective is never to offend. My objective is to raise my voice, bring my voice down, raise my voice, bring my voice down. The reality is I have to outsmart your subconscious. And I'm going to leave this with you. No matter what your beliefs are, your subconscious, which is 90% of your brain, is only there to protect your prominent dominant beliefs, which most of them are not yours. I have to crack your coconut. I got to come down through the chimney, in through the window, up through the toilet. I got to try to come in somehow to find a crack, to open that up and tell you that unconditional love is the way and that you are beautiful. You are amazing. And understand something. I'm not on here for me and you're not on this planet for me. You're on this planet to find your authentic self. And this is why this is such a crazy game. When you get here, you lose yourself. Don't tell me that you know yourself. They get you and you lose yourself. You don't know who you are. You don't know what your purpose is. They get you to actually throw your passion and purpose to the ground. I am never giving mine up. And understand something. Don't worry about you people coming on here and threatening me. That's Inky Dinky Schnitzel House. I get threatened by government agencies every day. I get threatened by different people, like even people in the natural health industry or the medical industry, or people that I'm going to be stealing their money, but I'm not. I'm telling everyone that, guess what? If the natural health industry knew what it was doing and the medical industry knew what it was doing, then why is 86% of the population have an autoimmune disease? Why is 80 to 90% of everybody is overweight? 40% of the people are obese. And why is that they're calling this the greatest harvest? And they're saying that we're headed towards the sixth extinction. And we're only headed towards the sixth extinction because most people live in an unconscious state. They don't realize the belief systems that they have are actually killing them and hurting them. Understand this. I'm never going to give up on you. Don't you? God bless everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diane.
Love you. I'll be in touch with you. Thank you so much.
All right, love. Bye now.
Bye.
Okay, practitioner meeting.
I know I'm coming. I'm coming right away, sweetheart. I'm just trying to figure out how to turn this off.
Yeah, Alicia's on posting it, so she said whenever you can jump on.
Hey, everybody. I have such trouble with media stuff, so everybody bear with me. I'm going to just keep on trying to figure this out here. I don't know how to turn it off. You know, I did before. I knew how to turn it off, but now I don't. Okay. I'm going to come over to this one, see if I can turn this one off. End stream. Bye, everybody.